So Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel 2, Lost Butterfly is the second film in the Fate Stay Night film trilogy that adapts the Heaven's Feel arc from the visual novel. The first one, Presage Flower, came out in October 2017. So I ended up watching that one about I'd say like 9 months after its initial release in theaters, because it, had to wait until it was released for Blu-ray and DVD, and then it was uploaded online so I could see it online. I don't recall that it was ever shown in like U.S. theaters. But the second one, Lost Butterfly, which came out in January of this year, 2019, was actually shown in a limited release in only select theaters in the US on March 14th, which is yesterday from the point I'm recording this. So I actually went to see it in theaters. I pre-ordered my tickets like a month ago. I saw the announcement on like Crunchyroll, and I just had to see it. I'm a huge fan of like the Fate series. I've watched most of the anime adaptations that they've done, and I watched the original one, the first Heaven's Feel, and I couldn't wait for more. I hate that they're being released in movie form because that means that it's like a year in between releases, plus waiting for the DVD release. So to have the chance to see it not only earlier, because for in order to see Lost Butterfly, I would have to wait probably like 3 or 4 more months. So not only have being able to see it earlier, but being able to see such a visually striking film in the big screen was obviously something I did not want to miss. So I saw it, I loved it, and I just felt like I wanted to put my thoughts into a video to kind of make like a brief review, if you want, impressions of the film. And I'm gonna try to keep it like spoiler free so that anyone can just watch it and see like what my thoughts are, and if they want to take that as so that they can decide for themselves if they want to see it. Though in order to see it, you of course have to see the first Presage Flower, which is the first film, and you also have to probably have seen Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, and probably Fate Zero too. So it's not something like it's not a film that anyone can just be like, oh, I'm gonna see it and just jump into it, because you're obviously gonna be lost. But I just wanted to like after I came home after seeing it, it stayed on my mind like the rest of the day. So I just wanted to like put my thoughts into like a video to like get it all out, because it really left me with such a deep like impression. So I'm gonna try to keep it brief. I don't want to talk for like 30 minutes. And like I said, since it's spoiler free, of course, there's a limit to how much I can actually say. So, and it's also, this is not scripted. Like, it's the first time I'm gonna do an anime review. I've done reviews for games before, but only like one or two. But this is the first time it's gonna be for an anime. So if it does well, I don't know, I could make more. So again, keeping it brief and spoiler free. So the film, I loved it. It was much better than the first one, and that's simply because with Presage Flower, you have that for animes like that adapt like multiple arcs, they usually have to go back to the beginning and then they take a different route, like some different events, which means that you end up seeing like the beginning multiple times. So that made the beginning of Presage Flower like, okay, I've seen this before. So it took a while before they actually got to new territory, and it ended up showing stuff that I've never seen before in the other adaptations. So it was still a good film. I loved the first one, but this one was better because it just picks up where the other one left off, which was already new territory, and it just goes from there to be a completely different experience from the other adaptations. So I'm just gonna list like the three things that really like impacted me, the three things that I think the movie did the best. So the first one is obviously the technical aspect. The visuals and the audio were just brilliant. It's expected by now for like Unlimited Blade Works and Fate Zero are like amazing from an animation and musical standpoint. And this one is no different, and Presage Flower was no different. So just expect a visual treat. It looks great. It sounds great. The music that they use for both the battles and the more somber scenes of emotion are perfect. and they match and enhance the what's going on screen. And then the visuals is just, especially during like fights, like there's this one fight which I'm not gonna say who it's between, so again, spoiler free. But that was like probably the highlight of the film. It's one of the best fights I've ever seen in an anime. It was just visually striking. The animation was fluid. It was fast. Like there was, explosions, the visual spectacle. It was there. Like I had my jaw, my mouth was open the entire time during that scene. It was just, it was just amazing. So for that scene alone, it was worth it to go and watch it in cinemas. Because watching that on the big screen, I know for a fact it was not gonna be as good as watching it like on a TV screen at home. So definitely, the visuals continue to be top notch. And that fight alone is probably gonna be like when the film releases, you're gonna see that fight everywhere on YouTube and everywhere, and they're just gonna people are just gonna reference it when they speak about like amazing, well animated fights. So that's that. There's another fight which is also pretty good, not as visually like impactful, but it's still good. So the visuals and the sound are definitely on point. So now the other two things that the movie really like delivered on. The first one was on Sakura as a character. So I always feel like she was always downplayed, like in the other two adaptations, like in the original Fate Stay Night and then Unlimited Blade Works. Like she was always there, but they never gave her enough like screen time. And you might say, well, yeah, it's this is supposed to be her arc now. The others were like Saber and Reen's arcs, but the thing is that Reen takes central stage. Like she steals the light in every arc. Like in the original Stay Night and in Unlimited Blade Works, and even in Presage Flower, Reen is there like the entire time, and she's like a main player still. So but while Sakura was always like in the background. Same thing with Saber. Saber has always been like a prime main player. So I like that this film finally gave her like more screen time and really developed her as a character, because the Presage Flower still felt like she was very much in the background. So definitely made her more like I felt for her. And that was one of the things that hit me most about the film. Like I just want her to have like a happy ending. Like I'm rooting for her more than I rooted for like Reen and Saber as as the main like heroines. So that's that. They definitely did a better job. I mean, this is where it really becomes her story. And then the other thing that goes kind of connected with this is like this film is much darker than previous Fates. Like with Fate Zero was more like dark, more grim, more death and sad and more emotional. So Presage Flower already had like a bit of that. Like it was hinting that it was gonna be a more emotional story. But it was this one, Lost Butterfly, that really did it for me. Like it hit me emotionally to the point where when it ended, the film, I felt empty because I just needed to see the rest. I want to see like the final film, which after once this one, the credits went through the final film, they gave like a little preview and they said, it's going to be spring 2020. So that's a whole year. So it's like waiting a year to see the conclusion to this is going to be hard. So they definitely nailed like not with the visuals and the music. They really delivered on the dark psychological aspects of like Sakura's mind and her her deep emotional scars. So definitely enjoyed this film, and it was worth the wait. It was worth going to the movie theater to see it. I just loved it. It was the visuals were great, the audio was great. I love the characterization with Sakura now, the more dark tone to it. It was just amazing. I would say like if this was a normal like film, I would tell you like go and watch it in theaters, but because it was a limited release, I can't really do that. I don't know if maybe if it succeeds because I remember that My Hero Academia they did a limited release for the Two Heroes movie, and then they extended it because I think it was more successful than they thought it'd be, so they actually did like a wider release. So I don't know if maybe they do that with Lost Butterfly, but if they do, I would definitely consider going a second time. Like it's that good, and seeing it in the big screen just makes it even better. So if they ever do like a more wider release, then I urge you to watch it, especially if you're. I mean, if you're already invested in the Fate series, if you're already a fan, you're probably gonna go and watch it anyways. But I mean, definitely do like take the chance to do it in the theater. If not, you can always wait. It'll eventually come out on Blu-ray and DVD. Like there's no release date yet, but I reckon it'd be like 3 to 4 more months, so maybe like halfway through the year, June, July, something like that. So you could get your hands on like the physical disc once they release it, or wait for it to be like released online, and then you can go and watch it. But man, watching it like in the theater, it's wow. So when it comes out, I'm definitely gonna watch it again, like online or buy it, whatever, because I really want to see it like again, and I can't wait for the next one's called Sprint Song. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's about it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm at about 12 minutes, so I actually went a little longer than I thought it'd be. So but I kind of got it all out there. So just to recap, it's amazing. The film was amazing. 10 out of 10. Visually, the audio, the character, the emotion in it, the story, how it developed. We're in for an amazing finale, and I can't wait to see it. So this is a first for me, an anime review. It was not scripted, so if I maybe kind of fumble my words a bit, I do apologize. I just like I said, I got home and the movie was still in my head, and I literally fell asleep. And then when I woke up, it came to me this idea like I just have to get it to get like all these like thoughts on the movie out there. So I took the chance. I said, let me just make a video on it. I know maybe people won't care, maybe whatever, but I just want to get it out there and just express how much this film like meant to me and how much I loved what it did. So that's that. If you enjoyed it, then please do drop a like. It does help. Subscribe if you want to see more anime. I do anime video games. So, and if you want to see more reviews from me, maybe you like this review for whatever reason, I guess, because I was just babbling for, you know. But if you did, then let me know, and I would consider. I watch a ton of anime, seasonals, and all of that, so I could definitely make reviews for any hot, shows and whatnot. So if you did stick all the way through to the end, thank you very much for watching and for listening to what I have to say, and I'll see you guys in the next one.